gonna talk about lesson 16.4 now, which is proportions, right? Just think about proportions as determining whether two ratios are equivalent, pretty much. So the proportion, it's how we can get ratios to be equivalent, and so a lot of times we can actually use equivalent fractions. Don't always is that easy and fast, so that's why cross product is probably easier and faster to use. And it's also very useful when we need to find an unknown value in the proportion. So that's part of your homework, that's what you guys had to do. And once you get the cross product, you get actually a very, simple multiplication equation. And once you get that, you work with division as the inverse operation to find the value of that unknown, right? So I actually took a couple of exercises from your homework for you to actually compare your answers, but it's really not difficult. I mean, this lesson is pretty easy. I want to show you guys how to do a couple problems in the lesson, just to make sure how we get the data from the problem. That's going to help us a lot. The problem I want to work with, it's number 24, which is to advertise a movie, a Tyrannosaurus balloon proportional to the actual dinosaur measurements is made. If the balloon is 72 feet long, what is its height? And so you have a chart in the textbook that is going to tell you what are the measurements, right? So we just need to use those. For me, it's a lot of times actually very useful to think about a table. And so I'm going to think about the length, and the height, right? And then we need to think about the actual measurements and the balloon measurements. Balloon, okay? And so if you think about the chart, we had 48 in the length, and we had 18 in the height for the Tyrannosaurus. And then the problem says that the length of the balloon is going to be 72 feet. And we actually need to find what is going to be the height, so we can get the proportion here, okay? Based on the relationship between the first data they gave us. So then we just need to do the cross product, which is really not that difficult at all. I'm going to use point for the multiplication operation, and that's not going to make me get confused about the x here, okay? And so we know we have 48x equals 1,296, I believe, hopefully. And then we're going to do division. We're going to divide, right? And then x, of course, it's going to be 27, I believe, because I already did it, pretty much. So we can do this faster. And so that's how it works, okay? That's the problem number 24, as I told you before, okay? Now we're gonna talk about problem 26, which is also very interesting. Problem 26, a toy company makes models of the dinosaurs in a movie. The Diplodocus model is 3 feet long and 1 foot tall. Is it proportional to the actual dinosaur's measurements? And explain how do you know. So in this case, we don't have to find an unknown value, right? We don't have to do exercises like this. What we have to do is actually exercises like this to determine whether things are proportional or not. So in number 26, what we're going to be working with is, again, the data we have, which is length, right, and height, right? And then they tell us that the length is going to be 3, and then the height is going to be 1 for the toy, actually. So I can actually say the toy is going to be here. And then I can think about the actual measurements of the dinosaur. And so that, if we go back to the chart, we're going to have 84 for the length, and then we're going to have, sorry, I need to check, 24. Since I have the chart too far away from me. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to work with the cross product here, right? And so 3 times 24 should be equal to 84 times 1. This is 72, which is never equal to 84. Remember, this symbol is different. So 72 is different from 84. So we can say, nope, they are not proportional. See, I told you. This lesson is really not difficult at all as far as we are able to find what are the measurements that are related and how to build the proportion, all right? The chart usually helps a lot, and that's how I'm gonna work with lesson 16.5. I'll see you in 16.5.